Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric. So in this week's PPF tip that we're gonna go over, it's moisture, how to deal with moisture in your PPF installation. Moisture is something that is always gonna be left behind, but there's two different kinds of moisture. There's moisture that's gonna evaporate through the pores of the PPF, and then there's moisture that you're gonna have to address before the PPF leaves the shop. So I'm gonna go over the two different kinds on this Silverado that we have here right now. First one is right over here on these B-pillars. We installed these B-pillars this morning, and hopefully the camera can pick it up, but there's little moisture dots all the way along this B-pillar. There's no air that's left inside those dots, so all of that is going to dissipate. You know, if you look at it, it kind of looks a bit gray. When it looks gray and you don't see any air bubbles or anything, that's going to dissipate, and I bet you that'll all be gone in probably 2 hours. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the tailgate where we have two bubbles on the tailgate. We got one right over here. You can see that air bubble in there. And then we got one down over here by the tail light. You can see the air right over there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my needle. I got a diabetics needle, so you can pick these up at any pharmacy near you. They're super cheap and they're super fine. So even when you prick the film, it's not going to leave a visible hole. And what you do after is you'd follow it up with a heat gun just to kind of self-heal that hole. So what I like to do, just with my finger around a rag, I like to come over here, build that bubble up so there's a little bit of pressure, and then just poke that bubble so the moisture starts to come out, and then just push it out with your finger and it's completely gone. So if you look over there, you won't see that. And whatever is left there, that'll dissipate just like those B-pillars over there. This bubble over here, there's no moisture left inside of it. That's just strictly air. So same thing, all I'm going to do, I'm just going to prick the side of it, and there we go. So I've often seen this comment in the comments section of our channel where people ask about how do you deal with moisture. That's how I deal with it. Anytime you see an air bubble like what was in these two bubbles on the tailgate, when that goes outside, whatever moisture is left in that bubble, it will dissipate through the pores of the film, but there will always be an air bubble there, and that air bubble needs to be taken care of with a diabetics needle. If you don't see any air pockets in the moisture, that will dissipate and it will look perfectly fine, and you don't need to pop it. You can go ahead and pop it if you really want to, but it will dissipate. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's just a little bit of my reasoning behind what I do when I do my installations, and it's worked really well for me for the last number of years. So stay tuned to next week's video for another PPF tip.